Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, I am gonna be criticizing some things. Oh yes, once again. So, in today's video, I'm gonna be covering mods that I think have really weird abilities that don't fit them, and abilities that are so overpowered, it makes gameplay pretty much unfair against these things. So, let's just get straight into it, the first one being the Triceratops mod. Now, this thing is okay in balance, but stuff that it has which really does bother me is let's just do some calculations. So, Lone Survivor increases armor by 10%, that's fine. Increases acceleration and maneuverability, I'm gonna guess by 10%. That's fine. You know, all this is okay, you know, everything that's here, perfect. Until you go to leg slot. Why can I double my acceleration? Why is that a thing I can do? Now, let me just do a little thing real quick, because I really do need to show you why this is overpowered. I'm not going to spend too long on each mod, literally just a couple of maybe a minute or so. But let me just put all of this on, and you know, I will show you why this is so absurdly broken. So I've got Lone Survivor, and I have double my acceleration. You can already see just from starting to walk that's already insane. Okay, let's go to Salt Flats. It's a nice big open area, and I'll be able to test this out pretty well. Right, I'm at Salt Flats, and oh my god, this is broken. Right, so let's say I'm fighting something, I'm doing a head attack which I don't have equipped right now, and then it tries to run away. Let's say it's losing. Now, I should be slower than what I'm supposedly being attacked. Let's say it's a T-Rex. Okay, let's say it's a T-Rex. T-Rex should be slower than this thing, because a T-Rex should not beat this thing in a phase tank. It probably does, but that's not the point of this. Now imagine this T-Rex is running away. Look how I can go from not moving to instant speed. Just full speed instantly. And the worst part is this charge run is only 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm pretty sure vanilla EO is like close to 3-minute cooldown. I haven't checked it, but I'm pretty sure it's longer. This thing's acceleration is ridiculous. But anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to get on with that one. So yeah, great, all smiles. Next up is Exargilla Allosaurus. This thing, people like this thing, but I personally do not. Now, first of all, you know, these attacks are fine, you know, they're okay. But then there's stuff like Shredding Slam, which, if I'm pretty sure about what this ability is, like I say, I haven't played this thing. It's a weird one. Yep, it's a lunge. Why does Allosaurus need a lunge? Now, it's bad enough with this thing getting like 2 buffs or something when it hits half health, you know, as you do. But why does it need a lunge? Which has momentum, by the way, so it pushes this thing to go even quicker. I really don't understand what the idea was with that. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but please don't give this thing a lunge. They already did, but I just really wish they hadn't, because it's so broken. It allows this Allo to absolutely dominate Apexes, which is something an Allosaurus which is smaller than Path of Titans Allo shouldn't be doing, but it can. Anyway, next up, we've got Cryolophosaurus. Now, this one is a fan favorite of being disliked in a lot of servers I've played. Let me just set my marks. We're going to be doing that a lot this video. And let's have a look at some things it has. Already, Frostbite. This. I hate it. It affects everything. And it's just nearby enemies, acceleration, and turn. And it's just, why? Why does it need to do that to everything, except Cryolophosaurus? It's stupid. Then you've got all this, which is fine, you know, this is normal stuff you'd expect. Again, normal stuff. And then you go over to its voice slot. Why does it have primal mend? Like, I get it, Metri has it, and this thing's kind of Metri-sized. Metri's a weak dinosaur, okay? This thing is not. This thing has a high kick, it can do a lot of bleed, and it's very fast and does a decent good chunk of damage. The worst part about this is, if you're solo, it's fine. It doesn't do a lot. You know, it's just a little heal. If you're in a group, this thing will heal you to full. And both of you can do it. Like, 2 cryos can heal themselves to full within like 2 minutes. Because this cooldown is not long. 3.5 minutes. That is not a long cooldown for how good this heal is. Because when you're in a group, that heal icon that it just gave me, the status, that's like tripled. It's insane. And I really don't like it. As well as having Frostbite active all the time, you can't even take it off at all. I really just think Cryo, you know, that stuff needs to go. This and this, that needs to be fixed to made a bit weaker. And this just needs to go. It makes no sense on Cryo. Anyway, so, moving on to the Feline. Oh, look at this funny thing. IOA's little cat mod. IOA has done some funky things. And the most funky is this bite. This bite has knockback. It does bleed, it has knockback, it has no cooldown. And I don't know why the bite does knockback. I'll stop spamming it now because cat noise, but yeah, so if you ever get chased by a feline, its claw attack does knockback. Makes sense, but it also does bleed and has no cooldown. So what's the point of the bite then? Oh, I know. We'll just make it not cost stamina like the claw, but make it do knockback still. So yeah, that's a fun thing with this little cat. It does knockback. It also has the slowest crouch in the entire game. Look at that. Anyway, that, you know, some of these are going to be very short. They're literally just yapping about an ability. Speaking of an ability, I've recently been playing some deathmatch servers, and there is one ability that this thing has. Set marks. There we go. Sorry for the commands. There's one ability this thing has. I believe it's this one. Yeah, this one. Short lunge. Keep in mind it says short lunge. That ends in a powerful bite that inflicts splintered bone, slowing down target sprint by 50% and disabling their ability to jump. Keep in mind it says short lunge. Short lunge. Because I've been watching this thing and it is no short lunge. Now I'm gonna see if I can maybe aim this well. You don't even need to dive to do it, which is already insane, but this looks like a decent area. Oh yeah, short lunge. Short lunge casually runs 3 times its own body length at over 1,000 speed. I'm sorry, but that, my good friend, is not a short lunge. And you know, you can argue, oh, but it has like half its stamina gone. It slows anything down by 50%. Do you know how insane that is? This thing probably trots at maybe, I'm gonna guess 450. T-Rex speed halved is 400 sprinting. And it doesn't just do the sprint speed, it does overall speed. So your trot speed is now halved, your walk speed is halved, your sprint speed is halved, your charge run speed is halved. It's all halved, and it's insane. And it's 20 seconds. That status effect lasts 20 seconds. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I have a feeling this video is going to annoy so many people. But anyway, yeah, on to little Deltadromeus. Let's just go to the leg slot. There are 2 things this thing has which confuses me. I can't afford that one and I'm not going to type the command, but a kick that does bone break. Why? Why does this thing need bone break? Hell, Zucheng Tyrannus doesn't even do bone break anymore. Their Torvo doesn't do bone break, and this is JFD. Their own Torvo doesn't do it, but yep, this thing has a stomp, which again, Torvo doesn't, and it does bone break. Why? Look how thin it is. It's a carnivorous Gallimimus. It's stupid. Also, the shortest stomp cooldown in the world and no stam cost. I'm trying to see if I can. Okay, I can jump whilst doing it, but that's not part of the mod. That's a little bug. We don't include that in this video. But yeah, bone break and a stomp on such a thin, small thing. I don't get it. Next up is Okay, annoying name first of all. No, I'm kidding. Let me just do the command again. There we are. This thing, oh boy, I really dislike this thing. You know, clamp, that's fine. These attacks, fine. You know, these senses, I mean, that one is already pretty annoying. First attack out of combat deals 90% reduced damage. Hatzegopteryx only has the 75% one, so does Calican. But this thing, 90%. That's insane. You know, this is one of the attacks that I hate on this thing, Shoulder Bash. And there's another one. Where is it? It's not those. Back Dodge. I mean, I don't get why it has Back Dodge, but Body Check. There we go. That's the ability. Body Check and Shoulder Bash. For some reason, these two just... Why does it have it? Let me just read these out. So, Shoulder Bash is an attack, and it applies a turn debuff that lasts 10 seconds, but it makes your target turn 35% slower. 35%! Do you know how bad that is? And then you get this one, which decreases speed and turn by 25%. So if you land this attack, bam, and then you hit him with a good old bam, that's instantly 55% less turning, and also 25% slower in, like, overall speed. And these attacks, they don't even use much stamina, the cooldown's not that long. Hell, this one lasts for 10 seconds. Sure, they're immune for 2 minutes, but they're probably dead by then, because these attacks are just ridiculous. And it's not even like the end of that charge bash thing it does, the long cooldown one, it's not even like the end of that's where it hits. You can hit someone at the start of the ability and it will hit them. It's really frustrating. When this thing was first added to servers, it was such a pain. It was slowing and turning things left, right, and center. It was just broken, and I really, really hate it. But anyway, moving on to the next animal. This is the Dominus by XR Gilla. There are a few things wrong with this, and I have actually gone to them to suggest a change. It was that bad. And they said no. And I was like, man, this is gonna suck for a while. So, first of all, we have Ambush. Your attack does more damage. The first attack, like the first hit in combat, does more damage. Ambush is ridiculous to give to a flyer that has a charge bite. Now look, oh, I can't use it in the air. Oh no. If only I could charge it up and then fly with it and then dive down really fast. Oh, that would be a shame. Let me just hit a T-Rex real quick, and you know, I have Ambush, so there goes a quarter of its health on the charge bite on an Apex that can fly. This thing has caused so much pain. Oh, but like, it's a flyer, so it's weak. No, it isn't. This thing's not weak. It takes less damage to its wings, I'm pretty sure. It's either that or Draco. One of them does. Draco can do the same thing, by the way, with its charge bite. The only good thing is Draco dies. This one, the Dominus, does not. Anyway, moving on. I want to get through these quite quick, because there is a lot of animals here. Next up, this is quite a recent mod. Glowplume. I'm just gonna leave it there. Glowplume. Now, for some reason, this is fine. This is not fine. Why do you have a single debuff that stacks up to 15 and not only does the following: increases sprint stamina drain by 1%, decreases stamina recovery by 3%, decreases speed by 1%, and then decreases turning speed by 2%. At 15 stacks, this can make you use 15% more stamina and have 45% less stamina regen, 15% slower, and 30% less turning. And oh, it would be really nice if this was such an easy to apply buff. Well, good job that it is! So basically, if something bites you, they get 1 stack. If you hit them with any of your attacks, they get 1 stack. And do you know what's a really good tail attack? That's right, it's the tail attack. Because, oh boy, this thing has a long tail. And it doesn't take a lot of damage on that tail. It's a directional tail attack. So, let me just show you a good range. You see that rock? That would hit that rock. And let's say you're a dinosaur. I can literally stand here, hit you with my tail, and if I do that 15 times, oh, you're done for. And, you know, is there a time limit for how long the stacks last? Yes. But here's the issue. They don't all go away in one go. They go away individually. So each stack, I think, lasts 10 seconds. And let's say I have 3 stacks on someone. You know, once that 10 seconds gone, you'd expect all of them to go. No, it just goes down to 2. So, you know, it's really easy to apply a full stack of 15, and once you do that, your target's basically dead. They ain't running away from you, they're not out-turning you. It's over, they're dead. And I really hate this thing for it. Everything else is fine. But that one status effect, I hate this thing because of that. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. But anyway, let's get onto this one. This might upset some people. Good old PT Giganotosaurus. Funny animal. Right, so, my issue with PT Giganotosaurus is its charged piercing bite. Now, I can understand why a giant apex like Giga may have this. The main issue is the fact that their T-Rex doesn't. They gave a charged armor pierce combat weight ignoring attack, so it ignores, you know, it ignores extra armor, so lone survivor means nothing. Even Absentia Acro's 40% damage reduction headbutt doesn't matter. This goes straight through it. Why does this have it, but the T-Rex doesn't? I mean, I can see why it could be overpowered on the T-Rex, but it makes sense for a T-Rex. Why does the Giga have it? The Giga that turns better, accelerates better, runs faster, has more stamina than their T-Rex. Why does it get a charge armor pierce bite that is not only a silent charge bite, apart from a little breathe in, but it uses little stamina. And the cooldown of 10 seconds, oh woe is me. I can only do 6 in a minute. Yeah, man, it'd be a shame if it took like maybe, I don't know, 10 to kill a T-Rex. Oh boy, that would be a shame. And Argent, man, Argent's even more over, because this doesn't just ignore combat weight and armor, it does bleed. It's a bleed armor piercing attack, which is the only one of its kind in game. And it's ridiculous. I really just... Even Rending Bite, halves target's bleed heal rate, that's more balanced than this, and I hate it. You know, if their Rex had it, I wouldn't care as much, but their Giga having it and not the Rex? I don't know what happened there. I don't like it. Now the next one is a little fun thing. I like this. You know, Innostratinavia, it's a little proto-mammal. I like it. But the pounce. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't like that this thing has a pounce. You know, if you could jump onto targets, knock them over, that would make sense. Or if it like pounced onto the back leg of something, like the little icon shows, that would be quite cool. But the main issue with it is that it's on this thing, which already doesn't have the claws and legs to pounce and hold on, but it also uses so much stamina. And, you know, you don't even jump that high unless you put the leap on. But then you're missing out on Thrashing Bite. Which, you know, it kinda... I get the whole specialized build thing, but I just don't think it fits this animal, at least not how it is right now. And I also just don't like how it uses so much stamina. Like, by the time I'm able to attack something after pouncing them, I already am basically 3/4 of my stamina, and they can buck and that's all gonna go away very quickly. And it sucks, because Inno's such a cool animal. I love this thing. Good old proto-mammal. But, yeah, no, I'm sorry DB, I really don't like the pounce. You know, I love a lot of their mods, but no, I don't like Inno's pounce. Next up is little Kaprosuchus, or Kaprosaurus, whatever this thing is. And, yeah, it's similar to the Giga. I don't like the charge bite it has. Mainly because, you know, I can see Sarko. Sarko has charge bite, cool. Both Deinosuchuses have charge bite, cool. Why does Kapros do armor piercing? And it also ignores combat weight, I'm pretty sure, as well. I mean, its regular bite does bleed, which is meh. That's already bad enough, but why does it need a charge bite that uses little stamina and ignores armor? on a 7-second cooldown. I really just don't understand. You know, a lot of the things in this video just feels like modders put it on there for the sake of putting it on there. Cool new thing, let's add it to mod. And it's like, it just doesn't fit it. You know, Capro is a fun thing. I like this one. A lot more than most of the things on this list. But why does it have an armor-piercing attack? You know, I'm sure I'd find something else in its kit that bothers me, but I don't want to yap about it too much because I actually like it. But at the same time, I personally am biased against armor-pierce attacks, because I think everything that has them currently probably shouldn't, except Dasp. Dasp's... Oh, I can't speak. Deltadromeus kind of makes sense. And so does DB Dino, you know, giant 14-ton croc biting you. The next one is the bat, the Dankanaptera, whatever this thing is. Now, there is a few reasons why I don't like this thing. First of all, I just don't like bats. Bats are weird animals, but that has nothing to do with this video. Next up is the lick. I don't like that it's a flyer that can heal. Sure, it can only heal one person at a time, but it can heal. Plus, it can give armor. I'm pretty sure that's only for itself, though. If not, that's even worse that it can give anything more armor. The dodges are fine, you know, the diets are fine, these are okay. You know, they make sense. And then you go over to the voice slot. Why? Why does it need a voice slot which can make any person do less damage by 30% for 15 seconds? It's a flyer, and I'm also pretty sure this doesn't last 15 seconds. Because on every server I play on, it lasts a good 2 minutes or so. And sure, 5-minute cooldown, but it's a flyer. Why does a flyer have this? If it needed to land or pounce to do it, I could understand. But it doesn't. It can just fly in the air, hover above you, lower your damage, and then you get done over by a Magihorn, or an Eotrike, or even an Iguanodon at that point. And then, oh, I need to run away to get stamina? Oh, never mind, let me just fly over, pounce onto any animal, by the way, not just herbivores, any animal, and heal it. Unlucky, you don't get to kill it, because bat. And I really don't like it because of that. You know, apart from that, the bat's fine. Its old model was nicer anyway, but apart from that, bat's okay. Now, we've only got 3 more left. Let's get the mammoth out the way with. The mammoth is really simple on why I don't like it. You know, I can literally just show you right now. And it's simply because of how it's balanced. You know, this thing can face tank a T-Rex, it can face tank a Giga. I mean, this getting up animation takes forever. Let's just wait for that. Yep, come on, you can do it, mammoth. This is like the only balanced thing about it. And then you get these attacks, which don't share a cooldown, and they're spammable. They do good knockback, good damage, they don't make noise apart from a little breathe. And they're overpowered as hell because of it. You know, if they shared a cooldown, or they had longer cooldowns like the knockback one, I could understand. But it's an Apex that can just spam 2 attacks, and it's the only attacks it needs. And it can turn this good. I don't like it. It's unbalanced as hell. This thing can generally face tank most carnivores in the game. I think the only thing that could stand a chance is maybe a pot T-Rex with deep rumble and face tank. Apart from that, Mammoth crushes. You know, Mammothus is just too good. And I don't like it because it doesn't share the cooldowns. Next up is Moraquile. Yeah, we can just log out instantly. I don't need to explain. It's just Moraquile. No, I'm kidding. There is definitely a lot that I don't like, but there is one specific attack I don't like. Savage Ripoff. Moraquile's neck is long enough to grab those who pounce on its back, give them a serious bite, grabs pounce creatures off your back, and does slight damage. Now, there's an issue with this. If I look up and bite, I can hit stuff that's on the back of my neck. And they stay there, which means I get to do it again. And again. And again. Winter Soldier, Marvel Rivals moment. Anyway. So basically, why would I grab you off when I can simply just kill you? You know, by looking up and biting my own neck. You know, why would I grab you off my neck and not kill you maybe when I can just do that? I don't know. Funny mod. I don't like that part about it. And then there's just the rest of it. You know, model looks fine. It's honestly quite a sound mod. I just don't like the stuff it does. Its insane spin is ridiculous. But anyway, the final mod of the video, which is also the strongest mod in the game. And I'm not kidding, this thing genuinely is the strongest thing in Path of Titans right now. There is not a single animal on land that can 1v1 this thing and win. Oh, Argentinosaurus. Nope, this thing outranges it, and it can bleed it, it outstems it, outtrots it. Oh, what about Kaprosuchus? Nope, Kaprosuchus takes 3.5 times damage to the butt. This Apato has a spammable head slam. If it hits you on the butt, that's already a huge chunk of your health gone. Plus, this Apato can bleed you out. Oh, and you might be wondering, can the Kamara bleed it out with its thumb pummel? No. No, PT's Apato isn't weak to bleed. It takes the normal amount. And I really don't like it. Now I'm not going to buy any of these, I'm just going to go over them. This tail attack does bleed. This tail swing does bleed. They don't share a cooldown, so you can basically spam them. These kicks, spammable, but, you know, that's understandable. Brace legs. Why does it need to ignore uphill and reduce its own fall damage and then increase its speed going downhill? Dunno. Heat conductor. Literally useless, no one uses it. Resilient scales, you know, makes it unable to be bled. Stomp. It stomps quite useless, but then it's got the kicks. Migratory increases trot speed by 33% while outside of combat. Can't use head attacks. Oh no, I can't hit you with my head. It would be a shame if I just had to trot around you and use my tail. Oh no. That would be such a shame. And then, oh no, you're a T-Rex and you're out of stamina. Here, let me sprint after you and let me trot you down. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, this isn't the case, but when this thing first released, this Lone Survivor gave 50% buff. I just thought I'd mention that because it was funny. Then you've got these slams. This doesn't even... That's not worth it. That's not worth it. Light armor reduces damage taken on the neck. Okay, so you just made this thing not weak to bleed. It does knockback on charge tail attack. It does bleed on both tail attacks. They don't share a cooldown. The kicks are spammable. And now it doesn't take more damage on its neck. What do you want people to do, PT? Do you want them to fight two apexes against this thing? Because that's all you can do. There's not a single animal that can 1v1 this thing and win. I've tried. I've literally had the best T-Rex player I know, PT Rex player, and Lordy Lou, who was a Absentia Acro, and I 2v1 them as an Apato, and I won. And it wasn't even difficult. I literally just walked in a circle and did tail attacks, and I killed them both. Lordy Lou's poor Acro, and then Bibster, he was the T-Rex. Bibster's T-Rex, he flopped. He just died. There's nothing you can do against Apato. It's the most broken, overpowered thing in the game because of the abilities it has and what it can do. It's a giant sauropod that plays like a Diplodocus, even though this thing shouldn't. And with that, I think that is all of the things I have to discuss in the video. I know this has just been a giant rant, but dear lord, a lot of the mods in this game are broken. They are ridiculous. And some of the things they do, you know, this Allo, that's not as bad as the Apato. This thing, worse than the Giga, you know? Some things in here, they aren't as bad as each other. But this video is just kind of pointing out all the little issues I think they have. You know, some abilities in them are useless, Moraquile. Some of them are overpowered, Apato. And then, you know, some of them I just don't like, Inno's Pounce. You know. Anyway, so, I hope you guys have enjoyed this half an hour-ish long video, Jesus. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Make sure to take care, make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Oh, especially do on this video, I want to hear you guys' feedback. I want to see all the people that dislike and hate what I've said, and the people that agree. Because I'm sure there will be some in the comments. There was definitely some in my last video, which... Nice comments. Anyway, yes, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you feel like it. And yeah, I've been Orcas. Take care. Goodbye.